All right. So are we both back on here?
I'm back on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We're golden.
All right. So I apologize. I am a one-man crew for that first half. Ironically, I thought I was missing the first tip-off and a couple of plays. So I started the stream and I talked through the whole first half like everybody was watching because I started the stream the way I needed to start the stream. And then my cohort here shows up and says we're not streaming.
We weren't streaming.
So now we are streaming, I hope. We're on live now, so you have missed a very unexciting first half for the Shenandoah Raiders, a very exciting first half for the Lapel Bulldogs. As you can tell, the score is 38-11. It just seems like we are not here to play basketball today. We try to pass the ball, try to get it inside the lanes, and Lapel's defense is very aggressive and they're handsy. We cannot find any way of getting it in to the players. And by the time we get a shot, we shoot it, and we don't know where it's going to end up.
Well,
the 11 points we got so far is a bank shot from Nolan Rector in that second quarter. We had 8 points in the first quarter. So,
well, there's always room for improvement. So we'll see here. Down by 27.
yeah,
See if the Raiders show some intensity here.
So just an FYI for you, number 23 is number 3 on their varsity, Tyler Cash, but 23 is not on our roster.
Okay.
But he is their leading scorer at 15.
That's Mason Kinnemer with a jump shot. That's a pretty looking jump shot.
Yeah, that's new too. We didn't see that in the first half.
Lapel going deep into the repertoire. All right, there we go.
Giving some extra, I can do this too kind of thing.
A nice open three by Rector, just off the mark.
Oh.
Whew.
Yep. Welcome to the second half.
It's another 2 points by Lapel. It's a pretty good crowd for a Friday night.
Lapel
for JV.
Lapel being one of our rivals, you tend to want to show up for that, especially on a Friday night. Not sure we're excited about what we have planned for the night. Maybe they just said, I don't want to go out to eat tonight. I want to go to a basketball game.
It's a cheap date.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Cheap date. It's always tough in these blowout games. What do you talk about? Do you even talk about anything? You know what I mean? Like,
on the mic like this?
Yeah, on a night like it gets. We've all watched those football games where it's 52-7, and our team's playing, so we watch it.
Yeah, like those are the ones that are really tough because you got to, especially as a coach, you just got to keep coaching. You got to figure out what you want to get better at.
I mean, that's a good look, right? I mean, that's a look you want.
That's what's been working for us. We just can't capitalize on the cap. Rebound by Jaden.
There you go. Get it and go.
Huh.
There you go.
I was not anticipating that, so might be one of those calls to help keep it closer than it needs to be. I don't know. They've been that physical all first half, and they've not gotten those calls before, so another rebound by Jaden. He probably has 11 rebounds to our 11 points.
Well, at least, we'll see. It could be running clock here if they score 2 more points, right? Let's see.
Once they get to that, it is an automatic start the running clock. And even if they come back, even if they come back.
If it doesn't matter, right? It's a running clock regardless.
Once it hits it in the second half, it just keeps running.
My kids always call that fast clock.
Fast clock.
Fast clock. I like that terminology. especially
Quick
football
clock.
games when you're ahead. It's like fast clock happens. You know, you get home early, right? That's a good night.
True.
JV game,
I know we've been blessed with having a double overtime games and longer JVs where the varsity's standing there
That's true.
waiting to get in the game. The last couple of games, and this game they're going to be like, you know, our JV kids are going to be changing in there, and they're still going to be sitting there looking at the clock like, what? We're ready?
Be a 7:10 tip. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that you said you were coming here at 6:30, and I was watching the clock, and then it was like, I think this game's going to be halfway over by the time you get here, and you're going to be like, what happened? So to answer your question about what to talk about, you always hear coaches, especially in the NFL or the NBA or even on the college level, about getting blowout. You just try to take it one play at a time. You try to get better, try to do something right, and just try to stack that upon. You almost boil it very, very minute, very simple, and you try to work on that one thing.
Yep.
And that transition that we had down here, that kind of that half court where we pass, give, and go.
Yeah.
We had a good layup. That looked good. We just need to capitalize on it.
Yep. Always try to win your quarter, like win a quarter, right?
Well, at this point, it's almost like win the pass.
Yep. Well,
we got the touch. And you got a touch. That was definitely a touch.
Yeah. Not sure it's relevant to the score, but
no, they actually one got away with earlier in the game in the first half. So
yeah, these are tough as a player too, right? We've all been on both sides of them. If you played any sport you've been on both sides. It's always tough. You try to work hard. Things just don't go right.
yeah, I always think about the movie The Replacements, and they're in that room and they're talking about what's your biggest fear, and Shane Falco says quicksand. and then, you know, Clifford Franklin's like, oh yeah, man, that's crazy when you just like can't breathe. And he goes, no, Clifford, I don't think that's what you're talking about. I think it is the amount when something goes bad and then another thing goes bad.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then another thing goes bad. And you just find yourself on the field in this quicksand moment. And I feel like that's kind of happening in this basketball game right now. We're just
can't buy a break.
Yeah. Like every passes are deflected. All of our shots are a little off.
And now we're in fast clock mode, right?
Now we're in fast clock. Quick clock.
That's tough because looks like the Raiders are getting some open shots. I don't know how the first half went, but they were getting some open looks and just haven't.
In the first half, we weren't able to get it past the half court line.
Yeah. So this is much improved.
Yeah, they got a player over there, Owen Gerber, that came into the second quarter and just took over that whole second quarter. He scored the first 5 points within like 13 seconds. And then he was everywhere. Anytime we brought a rebound down, he'd poke it. Anytime that the ball was ever to get rebound, he got it. I would agree with that fan. Play hard. Somewhat outmatched.
Yeah.
But we also let the outmatched create some more distance from our athletic ability, because we are pretty athletic. There you go, Aiden. Nice pass. Right up there. And I missed it. Also in the first half, they were throwing their hands up a little bit on fouls that should have been fouls or weren't fouls. They were like waving off the ref. A couple of body languages that were not too.
It's not good. Yeah.
The facial expressions from the ref down here was not. They weren't too happy with it, but so you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna see some of those calls. Good rebound. Good pass.
Oh my gosh. Just can't hit. That's a nice looking pass. Good looking shot. That'll be the end of the third quarter, 48-14.
That went fast.
And we'll see how fast this fourth quarter goes, but it'll be running clock as well. So,
that's right.
Coach Hellman, this is going to be a quick second half.
Man, the concession stands aren't going to be able to have time for people to go get hot dogs.
Yeah. I'm thinking about some popcorn myself.
What was out there in the hallway as you passed through?
I was quick. I was late, so I bypassed.
Through. No eye contact?
No eye contact with anybody. I was.
Been there.
Yeah.
There's usually walking tacos. There's usually
or a
caramel
pork
corn,
sandwich or something. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. Support this, support that. Help me. Chuck-a-Duck's probably out there.
Yeah, a little Chuck-a-Duck tonight. Yep.
You're right. It is a big crowd for a Lapel JV basketball game. Like this typically is your varsity people, so I like the crowd. I just think they've lost interest.
I'll never forget I was at Indiana University, right? That's where I went to college, and it's the first time Louisville came and played basketball at Assembly Hall in a long time. And Louisville's cheerleaders were just like, our cheerleaders would like regular cheer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Their cheerleaders were like doing flips up and down the court, and we were our cheerleaders just like stopped and stared at them. That's kind of the way I feel right now. Just kind of outclassed, you know, and you're just like
stare at something that's different.
Yes, different and better, and you're like, whoa, this is what it could be. So
yeah.
Lapel bringing in a lot of their freshmen, looks like, here in the fourth quarter. That's good. Get those kids some playing time. There you go. A little drive, dish back out. Cam to Gray. Shoot the ball. There you go.
Hey.
There's another little 2-point shot.
Tell them what to do so it can go in. Kind of been the MO, though, the first half is the uncertainty to what to do with the ball.
Yeah.
Once they waited, I mean, the traps, the hands were there.
Collapses, yeah.
Converging on that ball.
We could even tell it on that play, right? Gray got the ball there in the middle of the key, and he's like, what do I do with the ball?
Yeah.
It's like, if you get it within 10 feet and you don't shoot it, I'm taking you out of the game. You know, you need to shoot it.
Yeah.
Just that uncertainty to your point.
Yeah, and I've never played basketball in a setting like this to where is it trust in your teammate that they're going to be there so you don't turn the ball over because that looks like it's bad on you when you throw it somewhere. But then you also are trying to run a play.
Right.
But then the uncertainty of knowing what the defender's doing and where they're going to be, and you don't want to turn it over there, but then just the playing with the fear. So the lack of trust, the uncertainty in yourself, and then the fear of turning it over. And then you still got to shoot it.
That's right. All right, the Raiders bring in their this is pretty much their C team starting five. I was at C team played last night.
This is where Lapel was able to turn a 10-point lead into a 25-point lead in the first half.
Yeah. After the substitutions.
Mm-hmm.
C team with a close but non-victorious game last night against Connorsville. So the folks from Connors, Tucky came up. Good rebound by
Holden.
Well, David Teeter, I believe. David Teeter seeing some JV action, number 30. He's an athletic kid. I mean, Holden's an athletic kid, too. You could just have that athletic build. And
I expected that to be because he jumps up there and springs up there.
Try to get those kids out for track.
That's what Coach Freeze talks about all the time. It's just like, he's athletic. I want him out for track.
That's right.
I never understood how kids didn't run track because it was some of the best times of my life.
Oh,
just going to a meet, hanging out for a little bit, going and throwing. I threw javelin in college.
Yeah.
So you just go throw a javelin for a little bit and then you just hang out for the rest of the day.
And you chill. It's like a high school party with your friends outside. Yep,
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Boom box who carried the boom box around. The ones that had the speakers that detached from the side.
Oh,
with
yes.
the CD on the top. I was in charge of the music. Listened to Green Day, Nimrod on the way home.
Oh, Nimrod. I was going to say, is it Dookie or is it Nimrod?
No,
Which one was
Nimrod at that time?
So
it was their new CD that came out.
There's a nice pass inside Buckler to Miller. Good hustle by Buckler to get the offensive board and a putback by Trevor Buckler. A little more energy there.
Check, check, check. Check, check. Check, check.
Buckler with another board. Oh. little tangled up there underneath. Varsity game tonight will be interesting, right? They're high school kids. Lapel fell to Monroe Central earlier this season, but yet they stomped Northeastern, stomped who they're supposed to stomp, right? So they're on a good winning streak, and you never know with high school kids, but I think Lapel's probably one of the better teams we'll play all year.
Yeah, and that was one of the emails that we read today from Mr. Barentine that was talking about how we have a high school basketball game tonight.
Yep.
And Lapel coming in where they teetered a little bit earlier in the season trying to find their way. And, of course, by the time Shenandoah comes to play them, they're, playing their best basketball. So it's going to be curious to know how we respond after coming off a pretty good win of trying to stop that streak of losing to Madison Grant, now bringing in Lapel. It's such an emotional game these days with these kids and trying to figure out which emotion are you going to get playing out there on that court.
Well, it gets to this point in the season, right? The kids are worn out. They're tired. It becomes a little monotonous, the practice, and you're just looking for that one little streak.
What a jump. What a putback in there by David. Good pass.
Nice leap by David Teeter there. He's athletic. Get him out for track.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, I missed it. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so the Bulldogs on the varsity side come in. They're 14-5, but they're on an 8-game win streak. So
long shots equal long rebounds. There you go, Trevor. Shoot it. I think Trevor was expecting to get fouled right there.
Yep.
Just put it up like a shot put.
Whew. 3-point basket by Lapel makes it 53-22. That'll probably be the final score here. That will be the final score. Well, Coach, I think sometimes just close the book.
You just turn the page as quickly as you possibly can.
That's right. You put it back on the bookshelf and hope for a better story the next day, right? So Raiders fall.
Be proud that you were able to go read the book, hear some kind of story.
So the Raider JV team falls for, I believe, the 4th time this season, 53-22. We'll take a shorter break tonight.
Yeah,
potentially a longer
break.
Running
clock. It's a running clock during the break too, isn't it?
It's a running clock during the break. I believe it's staff appreciation night. If I'm not mistaken, is that correct?
You're asking the wrong person.
Okay, I believe maybe staff appreciation night. So we may be appreciating some staff members.
You will not be seeing as many as the football team did this season because there's only so many players on the basketball team.
That's true.
So should be quick and easy.
Well, you want to sign off and we'll come back for varsity?
We are signing off. Come back for varsity.
Sounds good. See you guys in a little bit.
See ya. And we are back with a minute to go. Hopefully we've got all the cameras all working and back in line and set up. I was trying to get it there ready to go to watch the appreciation and all the students that did the appreciation for their parents and their teachers and the staff of the schools, but wasn't able to get it going. But now that we've got 30 seconds here to go, we will pause to do the national anthem.
Pause to honor America.
Honor America. We'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Coach Hellman here on the mic with the flipper of the camera, so blame me. And we are accompanied not by Mr. Freeze, because he is on the clock over there, but the other better half, Mr. Christopher Gray.
Hey, Coach. Yeah, we got a big game tonight. Lapel Bulldogs come in here on an 8-game winning streak. 11-6 Raiders after a big win on Tuesday. We're doing the starting lineups right now. If you can't hear me, that's the reason why.
Yeah, it's a pretty atmospheric crowd today. You could tell a lot of people decided they wanted to give up or forego the Valentine's Day dinner to be able to come out here and watch the Raiders play the Bulldogs. It's that big of a rivalry, that important of a game. So much momentum going into this game of what kind of team do we have versus we know what team Lapel is because they've been trying to get here. So going into the starting lineups, looks like we've got number 1, Zane Mitchell, number 3, Aiden Coffey, number 10, Cannon Case, number 12, is that Jarrett Hellman starting this game, and number 15, Garrett May. I'm a little shocked on the Jarrett starting because he didn't start on Monday or on Tuesday, and now he's back in the lineup.
We're back, baby. Bring out all the guns for tonight's rivalry game.
It's interesting because you get some good stuff coming off the bench where he scored one of his top scoring games coming off the bench because you don't pick up those easy fouls quicker, and I thought it was a good strategy. And then now we come back out in this one, and
you got to keep them guessing, Coach. You got to keep them guessing on the strategy.
I am guessing. Obviously, Lapel being led by the Brody Judge twins, the real tall kids down there. I've noticed them being tall before, and there's an extra taller kid out there, so now you can't really determine the extra judges.
Yeah, they're big kids and very athletic. I'll be thanking the Lord when they graduate this year.
It's funny how you say that because you watch these other teams throughout the state, and when you know you're going to play against them, and then you kind of look down and you're like, is he a senior? And then you look down and you notice he's either a sophomore or a junior, and you're like, man, we got one more of this.
That's right.
2 more years. So, again, good job there by the judges getting some recognition and get some power here for the Lapel Bulldogs. But hopefully we can stop them. Cannon and Garrett are just as tall and just as size to be able to kind of get a good matchup here. So
wide open 3 in the corner for Lapel. It's good. Number 5, Quinn Wilkins in the corner.
You can tell just the way the JV handled the 2-3 they want you to be in a 2-3.
Yeah. If you can shoot it like that, why not, huh? Pass inside to Cannon Cases, 2 points.
Good.
There's a nice little pick in the inside. Get the Cannon for 2. 3-2 is the score here.
I like the urgency on that. Like not waiting, not seeing if something's going to happen, trusting the play and getting it down low.
Raiders in a little token press. Slow up the offense. A little jump shot there by Lapel. Missed. Rebound by Jarrett.
It was tough there. He held on that right shoulder, but he still tipped it up and caught it, brought it down. Zane trying to pick up his first foul, but because it was on Jarrett, they weren't going to give it to him. Oh, that would have been a good roll right there.
Lapel in a man-to-man defense. Hellman pulls up from the top of the key. A little off there, but I like him shooting early. It's good to get him into the offensive rhythm, right? Deep 3. That's good.
Oh, just
Brody Judge from the
Barnhart
wing,
did that to us a lot on Tuesday where he didn't know where he was going to shoot, but it didn't matter. He made it.
Yeah. Devin Craig also in the starting lineup for Lapel. He's their starting quarterback.
Yeah, a really, really good quarterback.
Watched him play for
so elusive.
Long time. We get Coffee going. That'd be good. Coffee missed from the left wing. Rebound by Craig out for Lapel. He takes it to the top of the key. Raiders back in that man-to-man defense. We'll see how they got to come out pretty far because Judge will be able to pop it there. Well, not just Judge, but Luke Jones with the shot up top. Got to extend that defense.
There you go, Aiden. Good tip out there by Hellman. Zane taking it.
Mitchell with the ball up top. Good hustle by the Raiders to get that ball back.
Yeah, Aiden had a pretty clear look to the rim and took it up there, but didn't really have the ball protected and was tipped out.
There you go. Get it inside the case. Blocked. Nice block by Luke Jones of Lapel. Judge with a quick move. Gets around. 2 points. It's 8-2, Coach. It's like you cut yourself, you're bleeding. We need a Band-Aid here.
Yeah, you need to stop.
You need to stop the bleeding.
The difference between the entry pass on that one from Zane to get down the Cannon was he waited and hesitated, and that allowed, Luke Jones to get over there to do that help side.
It's a shot you want. It's a nice 8-foot bunny there by Mitchell, just off the mark. So always think it's amazing when you watch basketball. If you hit shots, you look good. If you miss shots, you look bad.
Yeah.
Lapel hasn't missed. We haven't hit.
Yeah, that was a break right there. We needed that one to get a turnover so that we can put – it's kind of like the JV game. It's like we got to the rim and it found a way out. Didn't find a way in.
Yep. Lapel switches to 2-3 zone here. Maybe like a little more of a 1-2-2.
Yeah, kind of a morphed-looking box.
Good pass in there to Garrett May. Rebound by.
And one.
Oh, and a foul. That's a late whistle. I like it, though.
Yeah.
Hellman with the putback.
That one might have been the advantage point on the backside where he saw the angle of what was the foul. Maybe allowing his partner to be able to make the call, and then because he didn't see it, made that call on the backside.
I think we'll take it.
Yeah.
Hellman knocks down the free throw. It's 8-5.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Sorry about that. Coach Hellman's a little slow with the trigger tonight.
I'm so used to freeze and other people doing it. Yeah. That's why we have people out there to be able to help keep me accountable. Well, sorry for you guys missing the actually scoring points.
Yeah, Coach Stillwell over here being our QA.
All right, now I'm back at it.
All right, 10-5 now. Raiders down by 5. Lapel with another little layup there.
Yeah, using their bigs to be able to get those points.
It's going to be tough for Coffee to get shots off tonight just with the length of Lapel. I mean, if we're shooting 15-foot contested jumpers and they're shooting layups, it's going to be a long night. 10-5, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Craig from the wing, in and out. Rebound by Hellman. The Raiders set up their offense. Lapel back into man-to-man on the defense.
They're calling a foul.
Foul called on Lapel going after the ball. That's the first foul against Devin Craig, second on Lapel. Lapel fans did not like that call. I don't understand why.
Well, I don't. I'm watching it on the screen here, and if it's the way they're going to call it, then that's the way it's going to be called. You only ask that they be consistent.
Yeah.
But they were all right there and watching it, so maybe they were hopeful that it was not a foul because there was going to be a breakaway.
There's a unforced turnover again by the Raiders.
And trying to get the ball down the cannon, making him work really hard on the block, but the trajectory of that pass just wasn't quite where he needed it to get his hands on it to be strong with the ball.
No shot on that foul. It'll be on the ground. Foul this
definitely going to be
time
against
is on
Jarrett.
Jarrett Hellman, his first, team's first. Checking in for Lapel. Owen Garber checks in for Lapel. First substitution of the night.
Yeah, I think either he is one that comes off the bench pretty quickly or he earned his way onto that.
And there's a...
Somebody totally forgot that there was a fifth player on the offensive side there.
Ooh. Like I said, if we're shooting contested 15-footers and turning it over and they're doing layups like that, could be a long evening.
Yeah.
May with the drive, good cut. I mean, that was an excellent job by Judge there, just cutting off the drive, force the turnover.
And he also gave a little on that to where it was a little bit more distance that May had to cover, and that's where it created that travel.
Raiders now in their own 2-3 zone. Mitchell and Coffee up high. A nice drive there. Just strong drive. Getting above the Raiders.
And that the same thing that Tipton did to us. They weren't scared to drive in, and we either didn't make the adjustment or were out physicaled on the drive. So it's, again, a long game if we're going to be giving up those things.
Yep. And that'll be an offensive foul on Hellman on the screen.
Second foul in the first quarter. And that's why you bring him off the bench. He needs to be careful or he's going to pick up his third.
Maddox Davis now checking in for the Raiders. Devin Craig back in the game for the Bulldogs. 14-5, 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. Raiders need to stop here. Can't let this get out of hand in the first quarter.
Yeah, knowing Lapel, they're going to try and find a dagger on the three-pointer.
I mean, Quinn Wilkins with the drive, offensive putback. It's just...
Again, we are who we are, I think, at this point. Backside blockouts never happen. We're watching the ball go up. I mean, that was a missed shot. And an easy little layup there by Devin Craig to be able to put it back. Just because they crashed the board and we didn't box out.
Oh, my goodness. Missed jump shot there by Case. And that'll be the end of the first quarter, 16-5. If you're a Lapel Bulldog fan, you are standing up and you're clapping for your team. If you're a Raider fan, maybe sitting on your hands. A rough first quarter for the Raiders.
Starting to hear DMX in the back of your mind going, here we go again.
Just rough on the offensive end there.
And we came out with some energy. We came out to be able to take it in and to pass the ball quick. And then all of a sudden we forgot we were playing basketball, it looked like there at the end. I think Hellman needs to be smart. Picking up the 2 fouls in the first quarter is just not going to help him be effective later in the part of the game. Boxing out on backsides and being able to do your part, I think, be a little bit of a difference. But Lapel's playing as if they know who we are and they're not going to stop us kind of thing. So hopefully we'll find a spark out of a couple of kids off the bench and get them going. Maddox in the game now.
Yeah, Maddox Davis in for the Raiders. Otherwise, you got your starting five. Again, Hellman with 2 quick fouls in the first quarter, so he'll probably sit most of the second quarter, if not all. Yep. 16-5 Raiders. Good news is we get the ball.
Aiden looks very exhausted already.
Yeah, they've
Red
stuck.
in the face.
Yeah, they've done a good job. They stuck Owen Garber on him. He shut him down for the most part. Nice pass in there to Case. He'll be going to the line for 2, but again, we get a contested layup that actually gets blocked and foul.
Yeah.
And Lapel gets wide open shot. So got to tighten up that defense and maybe work the ball a little better, get some more open looks.
Yeah.
Well, Case knocks down the first. That's one way to do it.
As the clock is stopped, you got to get those points.
As I said, you get an open look. There's nobody guarding them here, so this works.
Find your range, find your shot, and then decides it wants to rattle around and come out.
Lapel quick down the court. They'll throw it. Oh, my goodness gracious.
How is that not over and back?
Yeah, that's an offensive foul. Judge lowered his shoulder, kind of did not necessarily a chicken wing, more of a shoulder around there. Got the offensive foul called on him. Lapel did a heck of a job just to save that. I'm not sure they did.
Yeah,
but
I was watching how he was explaining it to Coach Ellsworth, and I didn't get or understand what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like every time we figure out the rule of over and back, there's always another scenario that happens that it says, you don't really know the rule.
So again, the Raiders the Bulldogs in an extended 1-2-2, so they're preventing anything from the outside, forcing us to go inside. Let's see what happens. And then they collapse.
Hey, that's a pass.
There's an errant pass. Finds Coffee in the corner.
Good tip out.
Mitchell for 3. Misses that one. 2 open threes, 2 misses. Judge up the court in a hurry. Goes right around Case. Foul on Cannon. He'll be going to the line for 2.
Yeah, you can tell what Lapel's game plan is. It's hurry up, let's get down there. Let's drive to the basket, create some chaos. If it's not there, then kick it out and let's set up a play.
That's right. Force the issue.
Yeah.
Judge knocks down his first free throw. Again, Lapel on an 8-game winning streak. They wavered a little bit towards the beginning of the year, including a loss to Monroe Central at Lapel. But since then, they've righted the ship. They're probably one of the better teams we'll play all year for Shenandoah. Former White River Athletic Conference rival, Lapel, back in the late 90s.
That's dipping into the archives right there.
Lapel working the ball very well, gets it inside again to Judge. Elevates over the defense and scores.
Just catching us off balance. Moving the ball very well, and then as they catch the ball, they're either moving somewhere with that catch and going towards the basket.
Yep.
And we're just not quite setting our feet or not quite trusting that we're going to be there.
Yeah, Lapel's definitely the aggressor. I mean, they're aggressor on defense, pressuring the ball, aggressor on offense, just taking it to the rim.
Yeah.
All right, here's another example. The drive, no stop on the ball.
Good
Nice
block
block
there
by
by
Case to prevent the two-pointer. Mitchell brings it up the floor, takes it right in him. They're going to call a foul on the ground.
I got excited, was watching the play on the court, and didn't switch it over.
You want to switch? You good?
Well, if it wasn't so cumbersome to switch, I would say that, but I gotta be disciplined and just watch the game here. Something that you really want from Mitchell is to be able to drive the basket like that. Use his strength, use his size, to get in there and make things happen.
All right, Raiders, Hayden Hubbard and Carter Gray checking into the game for the first time each. There's a nice cut by Gray,
There
two-point
we go.
basket. That's a nice read. The defense overplays. You can do a little backdoor, wide open for a layup.
Yeah, and those passes are there. We just
Yes.
got to have the confidence to be able to give
Patience
it.
and confidence. Totally agree. Raiders now back in the man-to-man. Good block out. Just let that one go.
There we go. See, good things happen when you box people out.
That's right. All right, Raiders now down 12, 20-8.
So Gerber checking in the game for Wilkins.
Mitchell brings it up. Davis, Gray, Hubbard, and May in for the Raiders.
The athleticism kind of shows out here with
Yep.
Lapel as well.
Very quick. Nice job by Mitchell
It's a
getting
good roll.
inside, getting two.
Trying to draw
Raiders-
the foul too, just didn't quite get it that time.
Raiders cut it to 10. Judge pulls up from the elbow, miss. Raiders get it up the court in a hurry. Another foul called on the drive. It's advantageous for the Raiders now. There's 4 fouls on Lapel, just 1 for Shenandoah.
I'm hoping we're starting to figure out if we're the aggressor, they're going to foul us because they don't expect to be behind,
Yep.
or they don't expect to be trailing that offensive possession because they're so quick and athletic that they can get in front of it. And I think we have athleticism to match it if we have the belief that we could do it.
Oh, good cut by Davis. Well, I thought he was going to give it to
I
Maddox
did
there
too.
underneath. Mitchell with the drive, blocked, out of bounds.
Might be a little picky here, but they called Cannon on a body check down here on this side of it. That was very kind of ticky, and then we've got one down here where Zane got bodied by both guys, and they didn't call anything. Look at that cut.
Back cut by Gray, scores again.
That was really good by Gray by going reverse on that because the defender thought he was going to go to the front side.
Yep.
It made it a lot easier of a shot, a lot cleaner of a shot.
Yeah, read that nicely, yep. That's just a little bit of experience, right? The younger kids probably don't see that, but if you've played for a while, those juniors, seniors, they can read that a little better.
Yeah, it goes to him having a good feel, too.
Yeah.
'Cause he felt where the defender was.
Oh, my.
Yeah. That was probably a payback, I think, for the missed call down here with Zane.
All right, Raiders get a break on the no call, but they get the ball. It's now 12 to 20. Raiders down 8. That's a lazy pass. But we're able to maintain it.
He's good. Like, he gets in there,
Very
and he's
quick.
athletic enough
Yep.
to be able to swing. I mean, he almost – I thought it was going out of bounds. Everybody thought it was going out of bounds. He almost saved it. I think we need to not be lazy with the pass, like
Yep.
like you said. Nice.
There's a nice little pass. Raiders on a little streak here, 20-14.
Caught Lapel kind of standing around because that possession was a little discombobulated. Didn't know where things were going to go.
Deep shot by Craig. It's off the mark. Raiders on a nice little roll here. All right, you got Coffee checking back in for the Raiders as well as Garrett May. So you got your starters minus Hellman.
Which we anticipated that one.
And you
got
got
2 fouls in the first quarter.
And you got Hubbard in for Hellman. Raiders now down 6. A good quarter for the Raiders so far. Just 2.5 left in the second. Had a couple calls go their way. Shots actually went in.
Yeah.
May backs him down. That's a nice job by Garrett May. Just a little erratic on the shot, a little off. They're just going to be the aggressor here. Take it. Yep. Nice stop by May. Good defense there. Craig just bodied up Coffee and took him to school there. 2 points.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like a little bit of a backyard basketball game.
Yep.
Where they're out on a concrete court, just going back and forth at each other, just taking it to the basket and just believing in their own skills.
Turnover by the Raiders. A nice drive there on the.
Sorry, I missed that.
Pass up the cannon. He misses the layup. I think it was actually blocked. Lapel now back after a quick 4-0 run here, back to a 10-point lead. Fadeaway shot, no good. Rebound by Hubbard. We need to get Coffee to score here.
I mean, Coffee to just find a shot.
Aiden's scoreless, has I think 1 or 2 shots.
Oh.
Hubbard draws the foul. He'll be going to the line shooting 2.
That was a pretty smart move there because there wasn't much you could do with it at that point. Get the defender off his feet and then pick up the foul without making it look like you're trying to pick up the foul. He even had an attempt there to get an and one.
Pretty low-scoring game thus far, 14-24. Hubbard shooting 2 at the line. Minute to go here in the first half. He's short on the first.
Free throws are the third thing of our bugaboo.
The bugaboo. Which apparently my son watched the game back, the first game. He'd never heard the term bugaboo.
Oh.
So I guess maybe I'm a boomer for saying that. I don't know.
I guess.
I said his comment was mid. That was my reply.
Is that the new thing
now?
He
had no
mid?
Aura. He was mid and had no aura.
What's going on right now? Is no mid and aura. That's
no mid, no aura, no Riz.
No Riz. I know what the Riz is, and then no cap.
Raiders now down 9. Lapel bringing up the court, running just a very simple. This is flex. This is a flex offense that you learn in 3rd grade, but it works at any level, and it works this time and gets them a layup. Just good screens and good cuts.
Taking it to 11-point game.
I mean, you teach flex. It's the first offense, and if you live in the state of Indiana, flex is the first offense you learn in elementary school. That's what Lapel ran, and they got a nice layup on the back cut. It's beautiful.
Well, how do you defend a flex?
It is impossible to defend a good offense, just like it is on football, if everybody does their job. It's impossible.
Oh.
I'm saying this to a defensive coordinator on football.
I know.
So I got to be very careful what I say.
Wait a minute.
Very careful what I say.
But if we do our job on defense, it is impossible to run a perfect offense.
Very true. Very true. So good screen. I mean, there was just good screens, right? They were disciplined on their screens.
So they knew we were in a man-to-man, and so that flex was able to get us off our points, and then we didn't rotate fast enough to know who's got that man.
100%. Exactly.
So now can we run the flex on our end?
Spoken like a football coach. Get them off their points, right? You get leverage and get them off their points.
Get leverage. Get them confused. Out-coach your 14-year-olds.
I feel like I'm sitting between 2 football experts up here. I got to be careful what I say.
Experienced.
All right, Mitchell brings it up over the timeline. It's an 11-point game. Now the Raiders did cut it to 4, I believe, at one point, maybe 6. Now back up to 11.
We're going to hold it for the last shot because we don't want them to take it any further. and we can take a shot for 3 points, bring it within two
All
or
right.
3 possession game.
Pass into Hellman. Try to get it to Case there on the block. Don't know if the pass had too much mustard or.
And Coach Ellsworth is over there just.
He's fired up
He
about
is
that one.
fired.
The play worked, right?
Play
Hellman got there and drew 2 defenders. Little dish.
I'm not sure if it was the dish that was needed.
That's the way to
because
win.
You would have loved to seen Hellman go right up with it right there. 'Cause there's nobody on it.
Good point. About 6 feet from the basket.
So I'm not sure if he's upset about not taking the shot and passing it, or if he passed it and Cannon wasn't ready for the pass.
Yep. Well, Raiders are down 11 at half. We'll take a 10-minute break here, resettle.
I will leave it here for you to watch the Chuck and Duck, but we'll be right back with our voices.
That sounds great.
And we got the 2-minute buzzer, so we thought we would jump on here and talk about what our assessment is of the first half and what do you think about the second.
Yeah. Well, the Raiders down 11, so there's a lot we need to do to come back. 26-15. I mean, our only the offense we've generated so far has really been on the cuts to the basket, back cuts, etc. Really worked for us, so we haven't got an open three all night. If we have, we haven't hit them. So we're not going to win this game if Coffee has 0 points.
Yeah.
So
he typically sneaks his 13 in. If he's not on, he usually finds a way to get to the basket. You know, finding some lanes. Coach draws up some good plays in the halftime to be able to get him going. But he's got to cut and get into the basket. I think I've seen him cut once, and it got blocked or tipped out of bounds. The other time he's been kind of trying to settle up for some, 15-footers. Just not finding it. He's been short for the most of his little run that he's been on. I was watching him here in pregame, and he seemed to be finding his shot a little bit, getting a little extra leg into it. But I agree with you. I think he's one that's got to be able to get going. Their athleticism is very decent and very good. They drive to the ball. They're urgent with it. When we think, we're too late. So by the time we adjust to what they're doing, we're almost too late to it. And I'm a big believer in body language, attitude, and you can tell the attitude and the body language of Lapel is, I belong here, I'm going to win this game, and you've got to earn it from me. And our body language and our demeanor seems like everything we do, it's going to fail anyway. So
very deferential to them. They're the aggressor on both sides of the ball. Totally agree.
And I feel like if we could just turn the page and get past it and believe that we can beat them, anything's possible. We're going to be able to do it. But if we come out here and give up these opportunities and they take advantage of it, it's going to be a 24-point lead here soon. So,
all right,
goodness there.
Raiders with the ball now. Coffee. They try to get Coffee off the screen, but they're tight on him. They're not going to let him score.
No, and other teams have shown that is definitely the way to guard us and keep him.
May tries to get it inside the case, knocked away. Craig with the drive and 2 points. So,
well, we telegraphed the pass down here. We knew we were going to pass it. They aggressively went after it, and then Craig definitely noticing the mismatch with Coffee and drives right to the basket.
Drive, kick. Again, like you said, we're like a half a step too slow, right?
Yep.
A little hesitant on what we want to do with it.
There you go.
Coffee with the circus shot gets his first 2 points on the board. Raiders still down 11. But, yeah, just hesitant, not confident in what we're doing.
Yeah, I'd like to see Zane just go up.
Yes.
I mean, most of the time when he went up, he got fouled last quarter. So keep going. We play timid, like we're scared to be either taken out or yelled at that we're going to turn the ball over. And
there's some good defense.
Run.
Oh.
Thank you.
Garrett May loses it, but he gets it right back on the steal. Case takes it in. Woo! Little circus shot.
2 circus shots in a row for you.
I don't know what that was, but it went in, so we'll take it.
It was a spin.
Judge this time takes it inside, gets bodied a little, misses a layup. Raiders with the ball down 9. Mitchell with the drive, little floater in the lane, off the front of the rim. Judge alone on the other side with the layup. So just like that, a little momentum is quickly snuffed out. Back to an 11-point lead by Lapel. 5.5 to go in the third.
Part of the frustration too, like we're not down there playing either, and we're up here watching from the perch. But
strong move by Hellman. Gets bodied up, misses the little shot. Judge from the top. Brody Judge Knocks down a 3 from the top of the key. That was 3 or 4 feet behind the line. Nice shot by Judge.
Again, the demeanor, you're not going to win. You're going to have to earn it. And they show why.
All right, get it back to Hellman inside again. The same thing last time. This time tries the bank and rolls in and out. Just can't find the hoop. Craig around the right side, looks inside the other Judge. Bodies up Case. Case with good defense on there. Raiders with a 3-on-2 coming the other way. Gets the ball to Hellman on the wing. Aiden with an open 3 on the right side and misses it.
Hellman decided to pass up the open 3 to allow Aiden to get the open 3, and that would have been the better pass, the better choice, help you find the shot. But there you go, good blocking all the way around.
2 blocks by Case in a row. So Coffey, unsure about his jump shot, tries to drive and
kicks it out of bounds.
Picks it out of bounds. Raiders now down 14, under 4 in the third quarter.
These are those moments that you sit here and you wonder if you've got a sports therapist or a psychologist out there that's going to help give you some good thinking, happy thoughts to work with these student athletes, to give them their confidence.
Yeah.
That's nice to see because that was fluid.
Yeah, that was in motion.
Got it, jumped, smooth shot, made it.
Yeah, in the zone. That was nicely done.
If you notice, nobody was around him for a good 2-3 feet. So now we're getting the cheerleaders announced. See if I can get the camera over to them.
So the Raiders tomorrow night travel on the road over to the beautiful town of Lynn, Indiana, for the Randolph Southern Rebels, MEC conference matchup. And then the week following, there's a Tuesday game against Union Modoc, another conference game. And I'm unsure what happens next weekend. I forget after that. I got the next 2 games in the schedule. Raiders still have Wapahani on the schedule as a conference opponent. And I believe our conference championship hopes are still technically alive.
Okay.
Because we've only gotten beat by Monroe Central in conference.
And that was a 1-point ball game.
That's a 1-point ball game. So Wapahani has beaten Eastern Hancock. So if we beat Wapahani, and that's an if, they're 17-1. But if we beat Wapahani, it would be a tie atop the rankings.
I do believe we need to get some confidence on our side to be able to beat a team like that.
I do believe so. All right, Raiders with the man-to-man full court. Brody Judge at the top of the key. Yeah, that's Bodie Judge with the drive on Case. Case picks up the foul. That'll be his, hard to believe that's his first foul of the game.
That's not his first.
That's his second foul of the game. That is not as hard to believe.
I do remember that one that was down here where he got bodied up on Garber, was taking that shot, or Judge.
Garner for the 3 at the left side. Boom! Case with the move on the inside. Off the backboard.
That's such a nice move. It's such a nice little shot, and it just takes a bounce out of the rim.
It's a shame when it doesn't go in. Raiders now down 17, 38-21. Bodie Judge this time, or Bodie Judge, excuse me, no R. Right side, another 3. Raiders now down 20. Just can't buy it.
No.
Just can't buy it. There's like a lid on that basket.
Good about that. And then it just bounces the wrong way. And it's not like we're asking to score 17 points in one shot. Like, what's going on with our basketball? Be nice to us so we can kind of bring this back within respectable distance so we can have a shot, a chance.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Man, you said it. And we get the and-one.
Mitchell's the aggressor there, takes it in off the offensive board and knocks it in. It'll be an and-one situation.
You know, it seems like either we practice all week that was the move we're going to do, but it seems to be the same move. It's pump fake to the right, spin around to the left, pump fake one more time, get him in the air, and then go at the basket.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's what we practice all week, but now once we've seen how tall they are, that seems to be the go-to move. Like me when I'm playing on 21 in the streets, that I go with that pump fake fadeaway from the right side.
Pump fake fadeaway. That works. That works.
It works when I play people that are way better than I am and block every shot that I have when I'm up front.
Mitchell knocks. Nope, does not knock down the free throw. In and out. 41-23 with a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Just got beat down the court there.
Well, we got beat on the rebound, and then, like, okay, we give up the rebound on this end, so shouldn't we be back? And we ended up getting beat. There you go, Zane.
All right, Mitchell with the two-pointer there.
Oh, I missed it.
They may try to hold it here for one shot. Raiders forcing the issue, trying to trap up top. And there's Brody Judge in the corner, another three. Maddox Davis on the left side this time for Raiders for a three. Comes up empty-handed. Bulldogs pull it out. Looks like they're going to try to go for one shot. Raiders pressuring them, trying to not let happen, but looks like it will. 20 seconds now.
They gave up a wide-open layup just to kick it out so they can run the clock down. Toying was us just a little bit.
That's a heat check there.
Yeah.
Brody Judge from the left side misses, but that'll be the end of the third quarter. Raiders down 11 coming into the quarter. We exit down 21, 46-25. A little bit of life here and there, but
got to be frustrating right now being a Raider because, you know, no matter what you do, no matter what you try, it just doesn't quite pan out. And we've all had those moments in our lives where you're just trying hard and it just never feels like you're getting any momentum.
Yeah.
And then so you got to kind of turn. One of the beautiful things about sports is it's minute. It's something that teaches you so many life lessons. I'm hoping these kids are going to learn from this. You know, chisel away, just like the JV game that we talked about. Chisel away, try to get better every pass, every shot. Maybe make it a little bit respectable. I mean, the only chance we've got is if we start hitting our threes. But that's the other thing, that when we get into this trouble like this, we start chucking up our threes and just it doesn't go down. And our percentages start failing, and they just take advantage and run it up a little bit. So
you're in a hole, and you just keep digging.
I mean, you always hate to say that the game's over, but, you know, a 21-point deficit in the fourth quarter, you're just not going to end up coming back from that unless you can take some shots and start shooting it and make it go in.
Yeah, you need some quick buckets here. Raiders with a much smaller lineup.
It looks
Hellman,
like
Mitchell.
Lapel kind of went with a little bit smaller lineup too, with Garber and Liam Coe gets in the game. He's not got a varsity number, but he's got his jersey from JV. I did notice that he's got some stats there on the varsity level on the max prep, so I know he's got some PT. moving the ball around pretty well, but Lapel doing a good job of just being in front again.
That's fine. Be patient. Get the shot you want. It's a curl by Mitchell. Gets knocked away. Whew, nice drive there by Craig. I feel like Zane's just gotten frustrated. He's just going to take it in and bulldog.
Well, that's what he should be frustrated and do at the beginning of the game, too. He's got to earn that respect down low and create those foul shots.
He's just going to bulldog it in.
He's so good at getting the ball at the rim, and it finds its way in. But
Maddox Davis for three. Off. Just can't buy a bucket.
No. Kind of curious about this in one of the breaks that I was thinking about. Is our legs gone? I mean, we've played four games in a week.
Yep.
And I know last week we had a pretty tough practice with our legs as well. So at what point are our, you were talking about the season, kind of feeling in that lull part of it. Like,
yep.
it's the same old routine over and over again. We're in that moment where spring breaks are trying to get here. At what point do our legs kind of just give out on us and our shots are just off?
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders going into the Tipton game, there's 8 games in 20 days. That's a lot. That's a lot of games in a short period of time. So this is a three-game week. So there's probably a little bit of that. Coffee from the top of the key off the front of the rim. Judge just down the court overpowers. So you can tell Lapel's coach is he's focused on making his team better, right? So they're clearly going to win this game, and he's the minor things, getting back on defense, pushing the envelope on offense. He's coaching his team.
Yeah, you're feeling the fact that he's getting his team into that mindset of, I want to win a sectional.
Yes.
I want to move farther into this tournament about ready to come, next month. And they could easily, and we've seen this time and time again, where teams that are up so much, they tend to lay it off and kind of sit back and relax. And he's trying to push them through that mindset. He's trying to take this opportunity to be able to say, don't think this way, because great teams will come back on us. And we need to just get that out of our system. Whether we have it in us or not, time will tell. Maddox getting a little bit of a chisel there and chinking away at that lead, but still probably a little bit too insurmountable.
Yeah, you need to learn, coach your team to learn how to step on throats. You got another team down. How do you keep them down? Because to your point, come sectional time, teams aren't going to give up. It's going to be tougher. Going to run into tougher competition. So,
yeah, and people out there that are sitting here watching, and fans here, if you rewatch this, it doesn't. I've been a part of games, or I've watched games where it just feels like they run up the score, and it's just a little bit of unsportsmanship or gamesmanship. Here, we're not getting that feeling.
No.
Here, you can tell that both teams are trying to get better, but we're not demoralizing the other opponent by doing what they're doing, at least not for now.
Yeah. Time will tell if that'll happen later. Still 5 minutes to go. Foul called there on Hayden Hubbard, his first. Good hustle, though. I mean, nice. Well, you do like to see teams aren't on either side. They're not slowing down to any extent. Right. So.
Yeah, it's not like there's a kid out there that's trying to get points and trying to outscore somebody or show somebody up. He's got a good rotation here with the young guys. He's wanting to get them some playing time with some of the other guys that play varsity, so they can get a little bit of knowledge, because they might need them later on in the run. At least for us in the Raiders, we've got a little short, young lineup here. making sure that we can kind of create a turnover and probably run and gun when they get down to the court.
Judge takes it inside on Case. Foul called and one.
That's weight room. The angles that we get the advantage of seeing here, it's just that leverage part that Judge just gets a little bit lower. I know Cannon's trying to learn how to stay straight up and block something, but Judge also understands the force that he has getting those angles and then creating that contact when he goes up to make the shot.
Another inside cut by Gray. Third one of the night, gets his 6th point. But yeah, Judge is he just overpowers, right? Just uses his strength to his advantage. Coe with the ball over there. He's a freshman. He's doesn't play JV.
He was.
Did he play some first half? Okay.
Yeah, he was in JV.
Excellent player. Watch that kid grow up since 2nd grade. What a great player. Just one extra pass gets them the shot at the top of the key. That's a shot that they want.
I'm not sure I'd agree with that one. As we get a little smirk there from Devin Craig.
Yeah, the youth league that Shenandoah plays in, the ECI, right, East Central Indiana. I'm sure Lapel won in Coe's group every year that we played.
Yeah.
Excellent team, excellent coach, excellently coached team, and that kid he's a really good player.
That's one of the really good things about being in the ECI is I get a chance to be able to watch some of these young kids and watch how athletic they are. When they get on the football field or the basketball court, you just know what's coming up. Unfortunately, we get to know what's coming up.
Yeah, that's right. You get to see the thunder before the lightning,
exactly.
if you will. Nice little move by Hubbard up and under, but got whacked in the head. See this call over by the referee? Whacked in the head. I like that. That's an official call. You do the Homer Doe with your head.
The other day I watched a ref, and I think it was on the girls' sectional, come over, and a couple of them would just do their signal, but this one really got into it, just stuck his arm out and just hammered down really quick.
Davis for 3 on the right side. Good, Maddox Davis. His first 3-pointer of the night.
Second, I think.
I think the other one was a 2.
It was a 2.
The other one was a 2.
You're right. They took it away.
Sorry, you said it in my other ear. Would you say? Oh.
No.
Oh. I was right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you were right.
I don't get that a lot at home. It's nice to hear.
I thought he hit a 3 the other when he was on the end of that one at the half.
Lapel playing a little chicken here. Raiders down 25, 34, 32-57. 3-pointer in the corner. Good. Tyler Cash. Minute 52 left to go here in the game. Lapel not slowing down. Raiders not slowing down either on defense. Trying to press the issue. Davis must. Corey Smith checks in. If you hear a rumble from the Lapel crowd, he's a senior. So nice to see him check into the ball game. Crowd likes that. Crowd pleaser.
those are always the ones where you wait and see when they hit a shot. When they're going to erupt like it's the end of the game shot.
Hubbard with the drive. Gets fouled on his way up. Lapel put on a really strong second half showing. I think it was 26 points at halftime.
One of these days we're going to have to try and figure out how to get the middle block out of our head. For so long, Shenandoah's had that edge. You know, you could get off the bus and you've already intimidated the next team because you've kind of made the noise in the last game.
Yep.
And you had that aura. When they heard Shenandoah, you knew that you were going to come and play. We've lost that edge here. I think Lapel would be.
Lapel's had it for a while.
Yeah, hands down the one that's got it around our ECI league.
Yep.
You know, having the advantage of being right there on the edge of Hamilton County, picking up some students and doing a really good job of adding to their athletics over the years. Been hearing that clunk around a lot today.
Yeah, that rim's gotten a nice workout today. Woo, boy.
They're being nice to us on that one. Yeah.
I think Hubbard's toe, I think, grew a couple inches there to keep that, keep that pivot
an
foot.
extra size or two on his shoe. Really helped out on that one.
So the Raiders tomorrow, like I said, they travel to Lynn out east, head straight east on 36 for about 40 minutes. Go play Randolph Southern.
See what I'm talking about? Everybody wanted him to score. Aiden's still trying to find his shot.
Aiden can't find the shot. Off, long, short. Hubbard gets on the board again. So the final score will be Raiders 36, Bulldogs 62. Raiders fall to 11-7 on the year. Bulldogs improve their record and hold on to a 9-game winning streak. Raiders, again, will travel to a conference game tomorrow, see if they can get back on the winning streak.
Yeah, something they got to do tonight is kind of have some conversations with themselves, get back on that win. You know, they came out and played on the Madison Grant with an intent.
Yeah.
This one, they were waiting for something to happen, and the Bulldogs didn't allow them to do it. And so hopefully we can get back on that intent ride at Randolph Southern because it's a conference game. And turn the page, get past it, and go do something different.
It's a conference game on the road. Be exciting to see what happens. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow night, or we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
The Raiders will come back home next week. Have a good night, everybody. Appreciate it.
Bye.